Okay guys, we are talking about the competitive playlist tonight. There's been some changes that Bungie has put in place. Essentially, matchmaking settings in the competitive Crucible have been updated to attempt to match players closer in glory rank. They then go on to state that players may experience longer matchmaking times and that they would love to hear our feedback on these changes. Now, I actually went and checked out the feedback or the forum post here, and honestly, it's about 50-50. Some people are saying it's pretty good, no difference in terms of who they're matching. They're matching people of similar rank, and then like the other 50% saying that it's absolutely terrible, competitive is essentially crap, and that they hate the playlist. But honestly, those guys could just be upset with losing a previous match or something like that, you know, and I understand that. It happens, man. Which is why this season, I have refused to allow the competitive playlist to tilt me. I play maybe 3 to 4 games a week. I am the tortoise in this race, all right? The turtle here, boys. I am just putting one foot in front of the other week after week, and I will eventually get to legend. I'm not gonna rush it. It will happen when it happens. Now, first up, I am 2300 ranked. I have played solo this entire season, and I've played through some losses, I've played through some wins, I've played through some very close wins and close losses, and I've also played through blowouts on either side. And of course, you get the occasional teammate that leaves you, which really gives you a bad taste in your mouth. But so far, the competitive playlist this season has actually been pretty good to me. I've enjoyed it. Now, granted, I've got a lot of things here to obviously enjoy with. I've got Not Forgotten. I've got One Eye Mass. I mean, those things, they kind of help a little bit, right? No, I won't lie to you. They're nasty. Beyond nasty. This will probably be the easiest competitive has been for me. Now, from my matches today, my experiences were the players that I was going against definitely seemed less skilled. Like, they were still good players, but they definitely seemed less skilled than what I was previously running into from time to time, which would be like a 4 squad with Not Forgottens. So these guys seemed a little less skilled than that. I didn't see any Not Forgottens. They normally just had like a Luna's Howl and a Dust Rock Blues. But something I did notice today was I felt like I was matching against teams more than solo players. Now, it's very hard for us to judge how the competitive playlist feels because Iron Banner launched today, which is really difficult for us to gauge this playlist right now because 9 out of 10 sweaty players do not play Iron Banner. Like, they may go in there just to do a bounty or two, but for the most part, they stay in the comp playlist. Like, a lot of guys live and breathe comp every single day, and I don't see them leaving for Iron Banner, especially for weapons that have already been in rotation. But the casual player base does play Iron Banner every time it rotates around. And even with a lot of those guys leaving the competitive playlist to go play Iron Banner today, I still felt that competitive was easier. I felt like the matchmaking settings were definitely at play today and was matching me against people of similar rank, which I felt very comfortable going against. The downside being you do run into teams more. Now, I went and checked out Bungie's forum, was reading through everything, was seeing what people had to say, and I saw a post here that brought up a great idea. Essentially, someone here on the Bungie's forum stated that solo players are always going to most likely match up against teams. That's just the nature of the beast, considering the player population and competitive, and now we have a more rigid glory rank matchmaking system. It's just going to happen. And there's really no great way of shielding solo players. Like, if we were just to make a lone wolf competitive playlist, matchmaking times would be way longer, and who knows how bad lag would be. But I saw an idea that I thought would be great if implemented by Bungie. Essentially, glory rank is rewarded to you when you receive a win and taken away from you when you receive a loss. But this gentleman stated that it would be nice to see more glory rewarded to solo players and less glory taken away from those solo players when they lose. Now, it doesn't have to be like a substantial amount. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just something to say, hey, we know you're playing as a solo player. It is a little bit tougher. Here's some extra glory. And if you lose, which you most likely will because you're playing as a solo player, you won't get as much glory taken away. To me, guys, I think this is a very fair system. As much as I would want a solo playlist only, I just don't think it's possible, guys, with our current peer-to-peer matchmaking and our current player base. But to me, this system right here is the next best thing. So guys, try out competitive today. It is working. Matchmaking does seem to be matching you against other similar glory ranks, so hopefully it'll be easier for you in getting your rank up. Guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of our suggestions, and if you have any suggestions, feel free to comment them. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.